Hey. Yeah, I know. I missed the first few minutes, but the reason Saudi Arabia, Goldberg. Crazy seeing Saudi Arabia chanting for Goldberg. That's actually Saudi Arabia is actually my dad's country. Yeah, it's crazy to see this over there. I don't think Goldberg's gonna win, but it's crazy to see that. I think this might be the first match of the night. But I just got down here. I totally forgot this was on today. I get it. It's cold down here. Goldberg, you better redeem yourself this time. Yeah, that match with the Undertaker you had here. Pensacola. Nice. Yep. Good old days of wrestling. Hulk Hogan Goldberg, 1998. Should have been a pay per view too. All right, here we go. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. I'm surprised this is the opening match. If Roman Reigns wins, which I'm sure he wins, he has been every single person who has hold the Universal title. And Saudi Arabia fans are chanting Goldberg, which is still crazy to hear. My dad's home country, my dad's home city, Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if I'll ever get to go there again, but until they clean up their act, man, that religion, man. But maybe one day. But Roman Reigns get the first hit. doing a few headbutts. Throws Goldberg out of the ring. Hitting him on the table. Goldberg stops him. Throws him against the rail. Or the barricade. Forgot it's not the rails no more. Some people wearing masks. Some people aren't wearing masks. Oh yeah, they did the fire their Spanish announcing. Hey, what's up, Boston Sport Reports? What's going on? I am not used to wrestling pay-per-views being this early. Might end up having to be a few minutes late to work. Hopefully, just ain't more than a 3-hour pay-per-view, so I don't have to worry about it. And the Spirit by Goldberg. I like to see Goldberg win. I'm just tired, man. I've been picking up a lot of extra hours at work because I've been getting ready to go to Vegas for the NFL draft. So, I did buy my plane tickets already paid for, my hotels paid for, my rental car paid for, but I got to pay all that back off on my credit card. As well as I need to save up a little bit of money for when I go to Vegas. I'm going to be in Vegas for 6 days. And then the only thing left I got to do is whenever they were able to, is get the tickets for the NFL draft itself. I know they're supposed to be free, but still, I need to get the tickets for the NFL draft. But yeah, I just been picking up extra hours. Plus, I got to make up for the week of work I'm missing. Roman Reigns got the Superman punch. And there's another Superman punch. But yeah, I figured I'm going to start doing these videos too for wrestling. And until AEW gets to be on one of these channels, because I'm not trying to spend $60 a pay-per-view, it'll just be WWE for the moment. Goldberg gets another spear. Goldberg's trying to go for the jackhammer. Nope. Roman Reigns got Goldberg in a headlock. And we got a good headlock in now. Yeah, Goldberg's in very dark red. And he knocked Goldberg out. Wow. I do not see Goldberg going out that way. Now that match was anticlimactic, but Roman Reigns wins. I knew he was going to win. But Roman Reigns has beaten every single person who's held the Universal title now. So I wonder if Lesnar is going to win the WWE title back, and it'll be title for the title again at WrestleMania. It would be a good way for Goldberg to retire now. They really are trying to build up Roman Reigns. But I can't see Roman Reigns being as popular as John Cena. I mean, a lot of people are tired of Roman Reigns because to me, Roman Reigns ain't that entertaining and he's not that good of a wrestler. But they're really building him up. But I don't see him being as big as John Cena or like a Hulk Hogan, uh, a Sting, or Ric Flair. I don't see him being that type of character wrestler like that. And I've been following wrestling since '87. I just don't see him being that big. But with WWE right now having lack of talent because they don't know how to build anybody, I guess they're gonna do what they can with Roman Reigns. But you had Bray Wyatt, but you didn't. I don't know what you kept doing with him, and you refused to build him up. He could have been another big superstar. To me, I really wish it was Randy Orton, not Brock Lesnar, that won the Royal Rumble. But Randy Orton's not really young anymore. It's not like he's the future of the WWE, WWF. I'd rather say WWF. Yeah, first time I watched WCW was 1991. And my first show, I remember Johnny B. Bad, Sting, Lex Luger, Arn Anderson, the Z Man. Uh, what was that other guy's name? Uh, Algante, which he ended up going to WWF, becoming John Gonzalez. Now, he wasn't a good wrestler in either promotion, but when you got a guy who's almost 8 feet, he was like 7'8". He also did a few acting as well. I remember he was on Hercules, the legendary Journey, the movie, and the TV show. Did the first season as well. Uh, he still ended up making some money and got some fame a little bit, for being that size. I think he died, in early 2000s, something like that. And we're talking. I think the Elimination Chamber is next. So, since they're talking about it right now, I think the Elimination Chamber is next, but I think it's the men's Elimination Chamber is next. Yep. They were still showing WCW Saturday Wrestling after WCW folded because they were contracted to do so. But it was just highlights of because WCW was still around until I think 2007. A lot of people don't know that, but it was like very, very small. McMahon owned this, but you would have to have a certain station that would actually run it. and we had it only for the first year, so I was still watching WCW, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't Barbara the Brain Heenan. It wasn't Tony Schiavone. It was people I've never heard before, or anything like that. And eventually, it did go off the air at the end of 2001. But I found out that they were still running WCW until about 2007, but it was totally different. It was like a very small promotion. It wasn't the WCW we all remembered. The one with the Four Horsemen and the NWO and Diamond Dallas Page and Goldberg and the Flock, uh, Marty Piper. WCW was so freaking great. I watched WWF first, but I was more of a WCW guy than WWF. Even though I love WWF. Yep, here comes the chamber. Oh, it's the women's elimination chamber. Oh, okay. But I watched so many companies in the 80s. I was watching the WWF. I was watching Jim Crockett's promotion. I was watching WCCW when WCCW was on there like the last year and a half. I was watching the NWA. And then in the 90s, I was watching Glow Wrestling, the AWF, and I think that only lasted like 2 years. Because we were getting, where I was at, we were getting all the smaller companies. But I was in Fontana, Anaheim, then Hesperia, Victorville. We had Fox Cable, and then it changed to something else, Sky Cable, then something else again. But Blanc Bears coming out. But we had so many wrestling companies. And then in 1995, we started getting the ECW pay-per-views for free. Because I constantly always looked at ECW, I mean the pay-per-view channel, as well as HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, because one weekend every month we got the channel for free for some reason. So whenever we did, I'd be watching those channels because I get to see newer movies like The Pest, Spawn, Loaded Weapon, not Lethal Weapon, Loaded Weapon, which is a spoof of Lethal Weapon, which is hilarious, by the way. Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson. Fantastic. But all the ECW pay-per-views we get for free. We had a couple of WWF pay-per-views. We didn't get the whole pay-per-view for free, but we would get like a half hour for some reason for free. Like when Razor Ramon fought the 1-2-3 kid and put him in a diaper, for some reason that match was for free. So I would listen to the WWF and WCW pay-per-views for free. Listen to them because the match was in static. When you were able to do that back then, now you can't. So I would listen to the pay-per-views for free. Dewdrop. I'm not a fan of Dewdrop. I'm not. Maybe she'll grow on me, but I'm not a fan of Dewdrop. But yeah, so that's how I got into ECW, just because of the pay-per-views. And ECW was great. ECW was great. I would catch a few All Japan or New Japan pay-per-views. So that's how I would catch Japan wrestling back in the 90s. So yeah, wrestling in the 90s was great. Wrestling was so big in the 90s, especially the late 90s. It didn't matter what store you were going to, Hot Topics, freaking Supercuts, whatever it was. They had wrestling merchandise in every single store. That's how big and popular wrestling was back in the 90s. No matter what store you went into, they were selling wrestling merchandise. Now, of course, the main ones were WWF and WCW, but they had a bunch of cool wrestling shirts. I still have a few ones back from the 90s. They even had a few ECW shirts. I got a Raven shirt from ECW days still and stuff like that, which was surprising, but I think that was mostly Hot Topic that sold the ECW shirts. It was another store that was kind of like Hot Topics, but I can't remember that name no more. Here comes Rhea Ripley. Yeah, I'm hoping Alyssa Blix wins Royal Rumble too. I mean, on the Elimination Chamber. I am a huge Alyssa Blix fan. Nikki Ash. Yeah, Nikki looks good in those tights. Not gonna lie, but I'm not a big fan of Nikki still. So now we know the four people who are going to be in those pods: Blanca, Bear, Dewdrop, Nikki Ash, and Rhea Ripley. Well, yeah, I'm hoping Alexa Bliss wins the Elimination Chamber. Now he can flip. No, wait a minute. Blanca, Bear, Dewdrop, Rhea Ripley. And who's the fourth person then? Well, this is Liv Morgan. I only see three people in the chamber. And there's nobody in the fourth chamber yet, so I don't know who's supposed to be in the fourth chamber. Here's Alexa Bliss. I'm surprised they're bringing the last person now who's supposed to be in the chamber and not put her in the chamber. That don't make sense. Yeah, of course the Saudi men will be cheering for Alexa Bliss because she's a blonde. It's not blondes in the Middle East. It's not how like America loves their Asians. People like something that's different. Liv's cute too, but I'm more of a Bliss guy. I hope the men's rumble don't do this, where every single person who's come out, it's got to start at every single person. So Nikki and Liv Morgan are going to be the first two to start off the elimination chamber. There we go. Corona. I remember when Scott Steiner punked out Mike Tenay for calling it a Hurricanrana, and he's like, "It's a Frankensteiner, a Frankensteiner." Ooh, the women have it easy. Back in the day when the elimination chamber was out, they were wrestling on chains, not mats. But safety first, I guess. Head to the turnbuckle. 2 count. Hmm. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see who's going to be released. Dewdrop. Not much really happening right now, to be honest. Mostly just talking and showboating. Ooh, nice drop by Dewdrop. Another person's coming out now. Five, four, three, two, one. That'll probably be Blair. Oh no, Ripley. Bliss is going to be last. Nikki's climbing the cage. Ripley knocked Ash off the cage, landed on Liv and Dewdrop. Looked like a big about 4 or 5 foot drop. Ripley did the riptide. Ripley just eliminated Nikki Ash. That's only one elimination. We go to the next one. This will be, like I said, Blair. You know, let's saving Bliss for last. Oh, wow. Bliss is next? Wow. Oh, yeah. The Saudi fans are loving Bliss. Two count. I'm actually surprised they allowed Bliss in the Middle East, being an evil character and all. Then again, they did allow The Undertaker. I wonder how they censor these matches on TV in the Middle East because they don't allow the women to dress like they dress. So, do they not show the women matches all together? How do they know who the women are? I mean, I wonder how it works out. Also, the women wrestle again, wearing nothing but tights on dark matches, and they show them in the Middle East. Wow, Liv power bombs Dewdrop and gets the win. So Dewdrop's been eliminated. And here we go with the elimination. The last entrance is coming in. So Rey Mysterio Jr. got the first win apparently. That was the match that I missed. Damn. Who did he fight? Blanca Blair is freaking damn, what the hell is that move called? It's the Ultimate Warriors move. Spine buster to Alyssa Bliss. Backstab. Oh, it was a dark match. Rey Mysterio and The Miz came together. So Rey Mysterio beat The Miz in the dark match at Saudi. Ripley and Belair doing a double vertical suplex on Liv and a Bliss. Boom. And Ripley slaps Blair. And now Blair slaps her back. Ooh, a nice headbutt. Ooh, nice neck breaker. One, two, three. Alexa Bliss is eliminated. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan never going to get that push. Ooh. Ooh. One, two, three. Blair just eliminated Ripley. It's down to Blair and Bliss. Come on, Bliss. Oh, I'm jealous of that. Not a bad match. Not a bad match at all. Not that entertaining, I guess. Ooh, nope. No hurricane for you. Ooh. Slamming Bliss into the chamber a few times. Tossed it back in the ring. No, no DDT for Bliss. Moonsault. Bliss won't. Small package. Nope. 2 count again. Again with another small package. And another 2 count. I don't have to call. Tell them to be late. This is it. Blair's doing her finisher. That should be it. Blair should have win. Blanca Blair won. Blanca Blair won. So she's going to WrestleMania for the women's title. Well, I was hoping it would have been Bliss, but I like Blair too, so I can't. I'm not really mad. Honestly, as long as it wasn't Ash or Dewdrop, I'd rather it would have had been Bliss, but as long as it's not Ash or Dewdrop, to be honest, I would have been happy with any one of the other girls. Dewdrop to me is sloppy in the ring, and Ash is just awful. Oh, how you doing, Awesome Sports? You know, The Undertaker's going into the Hall of Fame this year, Boston Sports. I had a choice of either going to WrestleMania this year or going to the NFL draft, but I've already been to 4 WrestleManias in my life, but I have never been to the NFL draft. That's why I'm choosing the NFL draft. I haven't been to WrestleMania since 30, but I've been to some good ones. 21 wasn't that bad. 19 was good. 26 was good. 30 was good. 21 had a few good matches. It had a WrestleMania Go Hollywood was those all those commercials were hilarious. And I know they're going to be in LA again next year. I think they should do that WrestleMania Goes Hollywood again, like they did with WrestleMania 21. Do all those commercials like they did last time. I'm also wanting to do a Royal Rumble. I haven't been to a Royal Rumble yet. I've been to 4 WrestleManias, 3 SummerSlams, 1 Survivor Series, and there's a bunch of pay-per-views. I've actually been to an Elimination Chamber. I went to Elimination Chamber in Vegas back in 2008. Yeah, I was in Vegas 2008. That was when Floyd Mayweather attacked the Big Show and then not busted his nose open and all that. I've been to Extreme Rules. That was in San Diego. I forgot what the pay per view was called that I went to in LA. That was 2017, I believe. Yeah. And then there was one in 2018 I went to, which was in Columbus, Ohio. It was the pay per view before WrestleMania. I I have them all on DVD, of course. And then I went to the Hell in Cell here in Detroit. I've been to two TNA pay-per-views that were both in California. One was in Irvine, one was in San Diego. I went to the one ECW one that was 1999. My older brother took me to that one. The only ECW show I went to. I know I've been to a few other pay-per-views. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And their tag team match coming up. I have a feeling I have to call my job and tell them to be late. That's Charlotte Flair. Do it at 2 o'clock. I don't know. I might be a little bit late. Sonya Deville. She's not that good on the mic or in the ring, to be honest. She's not a bad looker, no doubt about it. But she's not that good on the mic or in the ring. Who's she gonna face? She's gonna face Charlotte. So yeah, definitely go Blanca Bear. Beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. I can't stand Charlotte. No, wait a minute. No, she's got to face Becky at WrestleMania. Oh, I can't. stand Becky that much either. Beat Becky. Nice. Ronda Rousey. Okay. I'm surprised she made it to Saudi Arabia. Whew. Man, this basement's cold. I keep meaning I want to put a curtain light over here. So when I have my heater on, it just heats up this area. Something I'm gonna have to do this summer. Yeah, I missed the last new episode of South Park. I'm gonna grab me something to eat after this match. Wow, 5 likes, not bad. So I definitely want to start doing wrestling matches like this. Get a whole wrestling community going. Maybe I might spark my love again in wrestling. Ooh, nice. Ronda Rousey's been tagged in. Charlotte Flair is in when she's not supposed to be. Kind of a dumb stipulation. Ronda Rousey has to have one hand tied behind her back because for some reason Sonya Deville has. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I thought her arm was hurt. This WWE Chamber trending worldwide. They got her. Ronda Rousey's trapped in the corner. Yeah, I'm definitely hungry. I got to get me something to eat after this match. Make it before the next one. Yeah, ham sandwich. Nice kick to the face by Ronda. Another one. Another one. And they tagged Naomi. Nice corkscrew over the top rope. Splash off the top rope. 2 count. Nope. No Frankensteiner. But a powerbomb. 2 count. And she's going for the figure 4. Figure 8. Tony DeVille threw out Ronda Rousey. Tony DeVille been not impressive. Nice armbar. And Sonya Deville taps out. Yeah. All right, I'll be back, guys. I gotta go grab me something to eat. Okay. Looks like Drew McIntyre's match might be next with Baron Corbin. I'm back. Ooh, it's cold. Damn, it's cold in the basement. You better believe it, and I would do it. Thank you. Ooh, shit, it's cold. All right. There's JoJo and Baron Corbin. So Goldberg did his last match. They're going to shoot McIntyre. Yep. Goldberg now is a free agent. Drew McIntyre's walking around with that sword looks stupid. So it's called a Superdome 2 in Jeddah, huh? It made the woman referee dress up too. Cover up. Clothesline outside of the ring. Baron Corbin's running for his life. Now they'll find over there by the Titantron. New Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies come out. He double teaming Drew McIntyre because it's a no DQ match. Ooh. Ooh, man, that's not right. Ooh, nice belly to belly. I notice they don't call them belly to bellies no more. Oh, there we go. They call them belly to belly. Belly to belly on the announce table. Ooh, that's just a bad drop. Ooh, chair shot by Van Coben. Oh, this fall counts anywhere? Okay. Of course, it froze. She ain't missed one. Yeah, Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle in his last match ever. You ain't doing nothing with Baron Corbin. What a waste of a retirement match. Ew. Nonsense. Let me recharge my phone. Becky versus Becky versus Lita. They need to stop with that 3D graphics. They're really overdoing it. Yep. Yeah, I met Leader at Motor City Comic Con. Mm. Yep. Ooh, it's cold. But I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone, and I always feel like somebody's watching me. Like I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Nice DDT. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. It's cold. Mm. Well, we know Becky's gonna win. I'm not gonna push Lita with the title. The legends I meant to push the younger stars up. Mr. Goldberg. Hey, oh, looking for a sleeper hold. Powerbomb by Lita. 2 count. He's gonna go for a moonsault. Ooh. 2 count. Yeah, it's cold in his basement. Ooh. Even freaking with his jacket on and a blanket. It's just cold. Ooh, rock bottom. 2. And it's a 2 count. Sports Center, the place for sports. It might be the end. Becky looks like she's going for Lita's moonsault, and she misses. And she went to go fix her shoes instead of acting like she's hurt. And the twist of fate. Better hurry up. Lita's now going for her moonsault. And she hits it. And it's a kick out. Rock bottom. And 3 is over. I don't know. The rock bottom don't seem impressive when Becky does it. Oh, God. Decent match, though. Decent match. Hate. Are we okay? Sad but true. Dun, dun. Sad but true. Hate, I'm your hate. I'm the one that you there. Hate, I'm your vice. Play the one there. Dream, well, I'm your eye when you was still. I'm your pain when you look good. You know it's sad but true. Saudi Arabians chant Undertaker. So the Usos versus the Oakland Raiders. I have no idea who they are. Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders. There we go. Going on, youngling. Hell in a Cell, my favorite matches and triple threat matches. I've never been to a Hell in a Cell. No, actually, I have been to a Hell in a Cell. That's right. They were out here in Detroit. It was the Usos versus the New Day. Hell of a match. Hell of a match. And then Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens was pretty good too. Of course, Shane McMahon jumped off the cage. They're actually right now in my dad's hometown, young Link, because my dad is from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I haven't been there since I was a little kid, so I don't really have any memories. I was there and I was in Egypt. I can barely remember Egypt. But yeah, it's my dad's hometown. So it looked like the tag match was canceled. Ooh. They must be running out of time if they had to cancel this match.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. Deserve to save. Deserve to save. I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen. Bundle car and motorcycle insurance at Geico.com.
You know, this is Tom. To me, this should be Tom Telesco's last chance. You know, with our salary cap, the free agency market coming up, the draft. This team was almost a playoff contention team, and we lost games that we should have won. Tom Telesco should be building not a playoff team, but a Super Bowl contending team this year. And if we don't at least make it to the Super Bowl this year, I'm not saying we have to win, even though I do want us to win, obviously. But if we don't at least make it to the Super Bowl this year, Tom Telesco should be let go. Ever since we went to LA with the Rams have been to the playoffs every single year, winning divisional titles, winning conference titles, and now won a Super Bowl title. They got 2 conference championships and a Super Bowl title and multiple divisional titles. And we ain't got nothing. The whole fight for LA has been one-sided this entire time. Tom Telesco has money to play with. He needs to build an offensive line. He needs to build a defensive line. We need to find another wide receiver. We need to find a running back. We need to build a team around Justin Herbert. We need to not only go to the playoffs, but we need to go to the Super Bowl. This year should have been an easy year for us to go to the Super Bowl because the only contending teams were the Bills and the Chiefs. We could have beaten the Bengals. We could have beaten the Chiefs. The Bills was the only teams in the playoffs to be worried about. And if we won the games we were supposed to, we probably wouldn't even have to face the Bills. Honestly, we should have been the number 1 seed, not the Titans. The Titans, to me, weren't that good of a team. So, yeah, this year should be a Super Bowl bust team for Tom Telesco. Super Bowl fire team. Yeah, I've already got the 2 nights off for WrestleMania, so I'll definitely be doing this for WrestleMania. I had a choice to either go into WrestleMania this year or go into the NFL draft, but since I've never done an NFL draft, I decided to do the NFL draft. I've been to 4 WrestleManias. I don't like the 2-night WrestleMania idea because to me that's more money. That's another night in a hotel. That's another night. I'm more money for tickets and food and parking. Mind you, I'm already going out there to do other things. Now you got me out there for another night for wrestling because I would be going out there. They had like Ring of Honor or any other company out there. I'd be going out there for maybe the Hall of Fame or Raw and SmackDown. I never met Scotty 2 Hotty. Never met him. Never met Scotty 2 Hotty, Grandmaster Sexay, or Rikishi. Never met none of them. I'm actually going to go meet next weekend on Sunday Buff Bagwell. He's actually going to be in Brownstown. So I'm going to go meet him next weekend. He'll be there Sunday. I was supposed to actually work the Monster Truck show, but I'm not going to go work it now. I'm going to go meet Buff Bagwell. Oh yeah, Brandon Staley will have to go too, especially if we don't make it to the playoffs. Because Brandon Staley is one of the main reasons why we didn't go to the playoffs this year. Brandon Staley would have to go too if we don't make it to the playoffs. I know you don't fire a coach after a year or two, but if we don't go to the playoffs the second year with this team, yeah, he would have to go. To me, Tom Telesco would have to go if we don't go to the Super Bowl, but Brandon Staley would have to go if we don't go to the playoffs. Definitely would have to go. Bengals are only going to get stronger. The Ravens are only going to get stronger. I don't know what's going to happen with the Broncos or the Raiders. The Chiefs are going to look to definitely. I don't know if we should get Lynn back. I don't know. I wish we can go after Sean Payne, but I know he retired. But maybe we can get him after being unretired. Who knows? Maybe Sean Payton might want to come back if he has a quarterback caliber of Justin Herbert. I mean, he has been in the playoff every single year, but last season now before he retired, but he didn't have Drew Brees no more. And I know we got a new offensive coordinator, and I have no idea who he is. I never heard of him before, so I don't like the sound of that. It looks to me like Tom Telesco's not going after anybody big, like we should be going. So Tom Telesco's already getting on my nerves already. We should be going after the best of the best right now. None of this money is affecting our free agency or contract money, our salary cap money. So we should be going after the best of the best. And we go after some guy I never even heard before.
The elimination chamber match is 20 years old this year. And for the 8th time in history, the WWE Championship will be defended.
His name was.
The champion Bobby Lashley. You'll know this. 4 times the champion has retained.
Oh, I guess it's the men's elimination chamber now. Yeah, like I said, the fourth down trick, Young Link worked at the beginning of the season because everybody's rusty, so that's why it worked. But the end of the year, especially against that Raider game, that was a huge mistake. It was already bad enough that you cost us the Chiefs game on that fourth down shit, but the Raiders game, if you would have just won the Chiefs game like you were supposed to, we wouldn't even have to worry about the Raiders game. Or won the Patriots game like you were supposed to, because he also cost us the Patriots game. We wouldn't have to worry about the Raiders game. But we never should have lost to the Patriots. We never should have lost to the Cowboys. We never should have lost to the Chiefs. That's 3 wins right there. We would be, I don't know, the 3rd seed or the 2nd seed. Even if we still lost to the Texans. And we shouldn't have lost to the Texans. And I believe if we had Austin Eckler, because he didn't play that game, we would have beaten the Texans. I mean, they still would have scored on us, no doubt about it, but we would have scored even more. We never should have lost to the Texans. We should have definitely been at least the top 3 seeds. I think we should have been, if we would have played right, we would have been number 1. But it was still our only legit loss that team dominated us was the Ravens game. No other team has dominated us like the Ravens than the Texans. We should have never lost to the Broncos either. We should have never lost to the Broncos. We need to stop losing a mile high every year. Oh yeah, absolutely. How many players have left us and won the team? Eric Weddle, Darren Sproles, Drew Brees. I mean, I'm happy for them that they won a ring, but I wanted them to win a ring with us. And I heard that some of them are complaining that Justin Herbert's throwing the ball too hard. That's why they had so many drop balls this season. Now we got to worry about if we're going to resign Mike Williams or not. I don't hate Mike Williams, but he's got to do a better job. Keenan Allen was a letdown this year. Keenan Allen's got to step up his game next season. It's okay to have a bad game or two, but this whole year, man, he was not a number one wide receiver. He was not being a number one wide receiver this year. Yeah, exactly. Because to be honest, Eric Weddle, you just jumped on a team that was in the playoffs, that was a Super Bowl contending team. Eric Weddle didn't really contribute a team winning a Super Bowl because to me, they would have won that Super Bowl with or without Eric Weddle. And I know he was pissed at Tom, and rightfully so, because Tom did not want to. No, no, no. He should have been pissed at Dean, not Tom. He's mad at Tom because Tom did not sign him. He wanted to sign Rivers first, and then he wanted to sign Melvin Ingram next. He didn't think Eric Weddle was worth the money that Eric Weddle wanted, so he went to Baltimore. Quarterback is first. We needed Rivers more than we needed Eric Weddle. Sorry, but that's just how it is. But you should have been mad at Dean because he was the one that didn't want you outside during the halftime show when your kid was out there, right? But yeah, I wasn't really happy with Eric Weddle's comic. If it wasn't for the Chargers, who would you be? I still don't know who this Austin Theory guy is. I hate the fact that we have a lot of high winds out here in Michigan, so not been getting that good of a signal. Here we go. Oh yeah, I'm a gamer for sure. I actually have that game pre-ordered. This is the first wrestling game I'm getting since 2016, which was trash. I have 2016 and 15, which are trash. And those are the only 2K games I got. So I'm hoping 2K22 would be a lot better. I have the special edition too, which is $100. But yeah, I'm a gamer. I have an Xbox. I don't really use the Xbox One that well, but I'm usually on my PS4. I got me a PS5 last year. I've been playing that a little bit, but I only have like 3 games for it, which the WWE game I got is for it. Um, I'm mainly on my PS4, and then I guess the second system I played would be the Switch. I have quite a few games for the Switch. I have like 60 games for the PS4. I'm not joking. I buy them when you go to GameStop and you get that 4 for 20 or 4 for 30. That's the when you want to buy them Black Friday, and then Black Friday is also a good time to buy games. And then the Switch, I probably got a good 15 games. I rarely pre-order games. I always wait for them to go on sale. The only game I pre-ordered last year was Metroid with the Switch, and right now the only game I have pre-ordered is the WWE game. And then if that new Zelda game comes out for the Switch, I'll pre-order that one as well. And that might be it for this year for pre-orders. I've just been playing the games I've been bought. Like now I'm on Dragon Quest 11, which is an RPG game. Dragon Quest / Dragon Warriors for the on Nintendo is an RPG style game I've been playing. I do have GTA Trilogy. I picked that up day after Christmas. Haven't played it yet. My brother was a huge Pokemon fan. He had pretty much every single Pokemon game on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance systems and all that. I love GTA. That's why I picked up the trilogy because my first GTA game I played was Part 3, but I never finished it. And then I played Part 4. I love that game. Probably my favorite GTA game. I played it both on the PS3 and 360. And then I got those two, The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. And then, of course, I had GTA 5. Also played it on the PS3, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Played the shit out of those games. I think I have it on the Xbox 360 as well, but the Xbox 360 is no longer online, so there's no point in me playing it if I can't update the achievements. I did play San Andreas because they re-released San Andreas on the PS3. I beat that game. That game was great too. The only thing I like about that game was that toy plane mission. That toy plane mission had the worst controls ever. But I love the cops in San Andreas, but the cops are so ruthless. At least in their remastered edition, because no matter who touches the cops will just kill you. I watched this guy just hit the cop car, and the cops came out, grabbed the guy in the car, and shoot him. It was just hilarious in San Andreas. That was a good game too. Yeah, I collect games, so that's why I like to get the physical copies. I only get digital if the games are not on a physical edition. And then sometimes, if you go to a website called Limited Run, they do release games on digital copies that are only on physical copies that are only digital games. It's called limitedrun.com. You can only get them for pre-orders. It takes about half a year or so for you to get the games. They gotta wait for the pre-orders to get done and then they make them. But I have a few Castlevania games on pre-order. The Angry Video Game Nerd on pre-order. Zombie Ate My Neighbors pre-ordered, which is the Super Nintendo game, but it's out now on the PS4 and Xbox One. But it's only digital only. But I got a physical copy pre-ordered. I also had a Mega Man X, which I'll show you right now. Pre-ordered. I got it in the mail. All right. All right. So yeah, this is the Mega Man X uh, collect pre-order I got. This is the Super Nintendo one. Now this is the game already came out before, but I never even opened this one. Which they had special pre-orders, special games. Depending on which one you got, it's worth more money. But if you get the regular grade cartridge, and then they have special ones like green and all that, be worth more money. But yeah, I had this one that I got on the Super Nintendo one because they do make still Super Nintendo games, Sega games, TurboGrafx 60 games and stuff like that. Because people still collect, people still play those systems, stuff like that. This was $100. That's why I said I never even opened it. But I don't really. I still collect Super Nintendo games, Sega games. I bought me one of those. Here it is right here. Retrocon system at my game store, but this one only plays Nintendo and Super. But it was like $30 more, and it plays a Sega. But the thing is, I have a Sega system, so I didn't want to spend the $30. But yeah, I do collect games. I won't spend a ton of money. Like I won't drop $150 on an old school game. But if I see them like 20, $30, and it's a game that I wanted to play or I used to have, I'll pick it up. Oh yeah, I used to love the Mario Party games. 64 was such an underrated system. A lot of good games on the 64. I mean, I know the graphics are kind of hard now, but yeah, I love the 64. I had Hercules and Xena on the 64, Banjo Kazooie, Super Mario 64, both Zelda games, Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing. I think I even had that Pokemon Snap, which was kind of hard to play because you had to have the Pokemon games on the Game Boy. Um, but I've had so many 64 games. Doom was one of my favorites. Crank was pretty good too. I've heard of Cuphead. I think it was on the 360 or Xbox One. I've heard of Cuphead. It's supposed to be look like a cartoon. I don't know what's going on with Bobby Lashley, but he's getting carried out. Well, yeah, one day I'm going to show off my garage, a basement, when I get it finished. Is just I've been working a lot lately to pick up hours for my Vegas trip for the NFL draft. And then I'm going to go see the Charger game in Indianapolis this year. I want to try to do two, but if I can't, at least I'll be going to the Charger game in Indianapolis. Uh, I want to go to Arizona. Uh, I can also do Houston as well. Either way, I got family in both Texas and Arizona. I haven't seen a torch rack in a while. Yep. Hopefully this time we can beat the Texans this year. I know we have the Browns, but I've only been to the Browns stadium. I would only go to the Browns stadium again if the Chargers were nowhere around for me to go, and I don't have the money to travel. Right now, I want to travel to every single stadium. That's like the goal. Now, I've been to the Arizona stadium before, but that was for WrestleMania. It wasn't for a game. But that was the last time though I saw my family too was in 2014. So it's been 6 years. I'd like to go see them at least one more time. They carried Bobby Lashley out, so but he did not get pinned. So I don't know what's going on with that. Double DDT. Here comes Brock Lesnar. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know why they're even doing that. You know damn well it's Brock Lesnar. What? Well, I guess it's Bobby Lashley's pod, even though Lashley's not in. Nope, Lesnar's in anyway. He didn't want to wait. Rollins is eliminated by Brock Lesnar. That's one out. Bobby Lashley will not return in this match. And Riddler is out. Spine buster to AJ Styles. Suplex. Oh, so no matter what, we're having a new champion now because Bobby Lashley apparently has a concussion. F5 to AJ Styles. AJ Styles has been eliminated. One more person left, and that's his Austin Theory. Lesnar's taking off his gloves. Clearly, Brock Lesnar is going to win. Austin Theory is not going to become champion. DDT. 1 count. Oh, wow. So you can't escape. Ooh. Brock Lesnar is just smashing his head against the glass. Or plastic, I mean. Brock Lesnar is probably about to toss him off that top of the chamber. No way. Oh, so he threw him off the chamber. Now imagine if they didn't put that rubber down there and that was all chains. That would have actually hurt. One, two, three. Brock Lesnar is the new champion. So it looks like it'll be champion versus champion at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Wasn't a bad pay per view. I missed the dark match, but I came in just in time to see Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. which was probably their worst match of the night. I give both Elimination Chamber matches 3 out of 5. Becky Lynch versus Lita was decent too. I would give that a 3 out of 5. I give this whole pay per view was 3 out of 5. It was pretty damn good. Wasn't the best Elimination Chamber, but wasn't. The Roman Reigns versus Goldberg match was 1 out of 5. Um, I don't think Goldberg can really wrestle anymore. So that was his last match. So Goldberg's officially retired. I mean, he's officially a free agent now. So Goldberg should just retire and be done with it. And I'm a fan of Goldberg, but he should just be tired and be done with it. We had the fireworks going off all over Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Nice. Brock Lesnar taking pictures with some of the fans. That's pretty cool of him. He's going on the east side, taking a picture with the fans. Better hurry up, dude. You won't be there for long. So I guess I'll see you guys for the next pay-per-view for wrestling, which is WrestleMania. I think they do have a problem with not having enough black head coaches because we only have a dominant white, which I don't think is right. But I think this, if you were to add just black head coaches, I think you would definitely still be racist because what about the Hispanics and the Arabs and the Asians and the Samoans and the Indians and the Native Americans? So you would have to add a diversity of coaches, not just having whites and blacks. But I do think they should have some more black head coaches. I do think they should. I mean, we had one. He wasn't good, but we had one. The Steelers had one. But if you can only name a couple, I know the Colts had one at one time. But if you can only name a couple, that's pretty bad. I know Ron Rivera is Hispanic, and I wanted him as our coach, not Norv Turner, back in 2010 when he gave us the #1 defense as an Hispanic head coach. But you can't have 50-50 with black and white head coaches to not be considered racist. They should have some more black head coaches, but when it's your job as a company, you should be going for the right person for the job, not really looking for just a color. Like me, I wanted Robert Saleh as our head coach. And it wasn't because he was black or it wasn't because he was Middle Eastern. It was because to me he was the best defensive person that was on the free market at the time. And I think he might have done a better job with us than Brandon Staley. That's why I wanted Robert Saleh, not because of his skin color or his ethnicity, just because I'm looking for the best person for the job because I want a Super Bowl. Like I said, we had a black head coach and it did nothing for us. I want championships. Now, if there's a black head coach out there that can win us a Super Bowl, by all means, grab the dude. But just to hire someone just because their skin color is actually racist in itself. You can't hire somebody just because of their skin color. I mean, you do that for a regular job. You have to have a diversity. Like at my job, I'm the only man that works there, but they have to have at least one man or it would be considered sexist because you can't have nobody but women working there. So they had to hire me. And I've been working at this job for almost 8 years. And I've worked longer there than any of the women because most of the women at my job can't handle what I can handle as a freaking CNA. Men take most of the abuse. Men have to do with sexual harassment like the women do. And men have to man up. And this type of job, men get paid less than women. That's why I don't listen to the wage gap when women talk about how women make 77 cents to the less than a dollar than men. Every single job I've ever been, I made less than women. And some of the jobs got in trouble for that. When I worked in San Diego, a job called the Emeritus, we were making 25 cents less than women. And then they blamed it on the person who was doing the hiring until state came in. They got in trouble. When I worked at Target, same situation. And Target got in trouble. But there's never been a job where I worked at where men made more than women. Never. So yes, I think there should be more black head coaches, but only if they qualify to be a head coach, not just to hire you to be a head coach just because of your skin color. Because if I ran a company, I'm not going to hire you just because you're black. I'm not going to hire you just because you're Arab like me. Unlike Dean Spanos, I will spend the money if I seem that you are deemed worthy of leading my team to a championship. Yes, I am going to come get you. Because I want my team to win championships. Bill Belichick led his team to 9 Super Bowls. I would have went after Bill Belichick. Turn that off. But I gotta go to work now, so Young Link and everybody else who's on my page, thanks. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys next time. WrestleMania is coming up in a month. This was the last pay-per-view. I know the wrestling's going to be out here in Detroit. I want to try and get tickets to go, but it's going to be hard because it's in April, same month. I already have 2 days off for WrestleMania, and I got to take a week off for the NFL draft. So I don't know if I'll be able to go. It's just too much happening so fast. Plus, I got a Comic-Con thing in April, too, which is the day 2 days before I leave to Vegas, which I'm going to be meeting Hall and Nash and X-Pac and the NWO. So I have to take that day off work as well. So it's too much for me to take off too. So I don't know. And I have a concert too I'm going to next month, which was supposed to be Billy Idol and Journey, but Billy Idol had to cancel because of COVID. So it's going to be Toto and Journey. So yeah. So thanks everybody. I'll see you guys next time. But yeah, that's my thoughts, Young Link, about the coach situation. There should be more, but it only should be if you're the right person for the job, not because of your skin color.